Knowing what a little pervert Shroudy is, I'm not sure I want to know what's under his pillow.
We're going to be playing A Vampire's Tale. I've never played this before. I have no idea what to expect. I'm just hoping it'll be a good laugh. I've got a little guide beside me to give me tips on what to do, because I just don't want to get stuck. Because I don't really play adventure games very often, but I've been wanting to play this one for quite a while. So let's sit back and enjoy.
Woo! Bravo!
Well, Frodrick, did you enjoy my singing?
I'm sure it was very nice, but seeing as how I'm a bat and all, I wouldn't trust my opinion on opera. But if you knew the Draxylvania polka, then I'm your bat.
I just cannot tell if it was good or not. If only I were back at the Perry Academy. Oh, I just wish I were back in Perry altogether.
Yuck! Hey, don't worry, babe. I'll get you out of here. All we gotta do is stick to the P-L-A-N. Capiche?
Thank you, Frodrick. Oh, you're so good to me.
You've been pretty good to me, too. Besides, hanging out with you, I get a chance to torment Mr. Short Veil and Stupid.
I heard that.
Oh! Speak of the devil. Aren't you running a little late tonight, errand boy?
I'm starving, Shroudy. I need my wine.
Yes, Mona, my love. I shall go off right away and begin hunting for looking for a wine shop in town. I know just the place. They have an excellent selection of the finest wines. O positive, O negative, my favorite.
Yeah, I'm sure 10 minutes from now will be an excellent vintage.
Are you still here?
Who, me? No.
The size of the cape on the little dude.
All right, he's gone. Quick!
Hey, you know he's getting blood, right? You drink blood.
Shh! Now is not the time to start that old argument. It's not blood, it's just... well,
A real thick and, salty tasting Merlot with a little, iron aftertaste? Is that what that is?
something like that. Yeah.
You
She's
know,
in denial.
The Nile is not just a river in colonized British Egyptian Sudan.
Out with it, damn you.
Did you see which one?
Yeah, the third one on the left, I think. Or was it the first one? You know, I really didn't get a good look, but definitely on the left. The last three.
Oh, man! At this rate, I am never going to get off this island.
Patience, child. The stars have aligned and things are about to get interesting.
What was that?
What was what?
Quickly, up to my balcony.
Why? What's going on?
He's discounted venom.
Surprise!
Wow.
Walku, help, quickly!
No, Mona, my love. I shall never set you free. Don't you know you are mine? Forever!
I am free, Frodrick! Free!
I hear you. Jeez. I got pretty big ears if you hadn't noticed. And you're not totally free. You still have to find the key to the boathouse. Till then, you're stuck here.
Oh, right. Good point.
That was very unusual. He said Mona? Who is this Mona, I wonder? Our work here is most decidedly not done.
Hi, Fireplace. I didn't expect one of them to get freaking stuck already. Good grief. Crimson Cow presents an Autumn Moon production of Vampire Story. Okay, so that's her when she's a child, clearly. She was at singing class, right? So how does she become a vampire? She's on stage. She's practicing. Then a coach leaving her papa and mama. Do let me know if it's too loud as well, chat. Or too quiet for that matter. Ah, there's the vampire. I'll lower the music. Fucking hell. I'll lower the music as soon as I can get to the options. Thank you, villain. It might be just like big ass cutscenes, but we'll see what happens.
It's stuck. There's no way I can open this thing unless we find that key.
All right. Can I get to the... That's my inventory. Okay. Hi, Suyu. Here we go. Turn that down a bit. Turn that as well. Okay. We're in the game. Oh my god. I've been wanting to play this for quite a while. Right. So, examine the first 3 gargoyles to learn the game manipulation. So if we hold down left click and we can talk, we can fly, we can push, or examine.
It's a stone gargoyle. This one looks uncomfortable.
Like he's between a rock and a hard place?
Talk.
This gargoyle looks too dumb to talk.
Yeah, he probably has rocks in his head.
These old games have got such a sense of humor.
I can't push that. But even if I could, I'm not sure what that would accomplish.
It would give the lake monster something to chew on.
All right, cool. Right. Let's go to the entrance hall, which is down this way. We can also skip animations with spacebar. Right. Oh, hello, game. Game? There we go. It took a second then. This guide says I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but I'm playing with a guide just to stop myself from getting stuck. Check everything in the room and use the tab key. I like this mechanic as well. You can see what is interactable, which is great. So let's take the rusty sword.
It's so rusty. It will definitely shatter if I hit anything with it, but it may have other uses. I'll remember it's here.
Okay. Now we need to fly up to this fly up to this banner.
The tapestry is fairly loose. I'm not going to pull it down right now, but if I need it at some point, I'll remember that it's here.
Okay, good to know. Can we look at the shield as well?
It's a rather nasty-looking gargoyle.
Is it me, or is he actually wearing a wig?
All right, let's go upstairs to the bed. So if we right-click, we can expedite the process of actually like transitioning to the next scene as well, which is quite nice. Yeah, it stores the items, so like we haven't taken them, but I guess if we examine them, it'll remind us of where they are or something. Right, what do we need to do here? Check the dresser. So if we hold down tab, so we can see what's here. Vases, body oil, perfume. Examine the mirror to see that it's a drawing. Okay.
It's a hand-drawn picture. I think it's supposed to be Shroudy's mother.
Picasso, he ain't. That's for sure.
Okay. Try to tear the drawing. Try to tear it? Oops. Take it?
I don't collect art done by lunatics.
Is there any other kind?
Like half my chat just got called out.
I've seen what happens to flying animals when they smash into things. It's about as pretty as this picture.
Let's see here. Examine them. Check the dresser. Examine the mirror. See there's a drawing. Try to tear the drawing? How do I tear the drawing? Should I see if I can use this?
That won't work.
No, I'm not sure. Okay. Right. Pick up the perfume and body oil from over here. Perfume, take.
I'd better grab this.
There we go.
I better take this. I might need it at some point.
Right. Take Froderick's fruits and nuts from the cage beside the dresser. From the cage beside the... Oh, this picture is the one it was talking about. Right. That's what it means, tear down the picture. Let's examine this one.
I don't know what it is about this mirror, but I simply don't look like myself.
You're pulling my wing, right?
What do you mean?
Sweetheart, it looks like Shroudy taped the picture over your mirror, probably because he didn't want you to see, or actually not see, your reflection. Apparently, he had some 6-year-old kid draw the picture.
She's so...
Wait a minute. What does it say down in the corner? With love from Shroudy.
Scratch the 6-year-old kid idea. I guess I'll have to add art to my list of things that Shroudy sucks at. Maybe I'll put it just below escaping vampire hunters.
All right, let's tear down the picture.
I tear this picture down, but I'm afraid of what I'll see underneath.
You mean not see, right?
Okay, so we've done that. Froderick's fruits and nuts from the cage beside the dresser. So that's this thing. We'll take the fruits and nuts.
After we escape, we won't have time to stop and eat. So we better bring these along.
Let's examine the vase.
It's a lovely collection of vases.
Mona? Those aren't vases.
What do you mean?
You see the names on them? Edgar von Trapperkeeper, Ferris von Bueller, Klaus von Kiefer? Vases generally don't have proper names or titles. Those are all of the Baroness's dead husbands.
And all this time, I thought they were just designer potpourri containers. She sure had a lot of unlucky husbands.
Yeah, unlucky that they met her.
I might need that, but I can't carry it around with me. I'll keep it in mind.
Okay. Try to sleep in the bed.
I'm not tired right now. Besides, I rather enjoy staying up late. Although sometimes it makes me so tired, I end up sleeping the entire day away.
Gee, I wonder why. Could it have anything to do with being a vampire?
Vampire schmampire. It's just a simple curse, nothing more.
I love how in denial she is.
It's a vase full of dead roses. Stroudy used to bring me flowers every week, but they were always pretty much the same.
Roses?
Dead.
Perfume refill balls under the bed. Okay. Hang on. We'll take that one.
I'm going to take this.
Examine Stroudy's toy box.
It looks like one of those toys that you spin and then it makes the various animal noises.
I used to have one of them as a kid.
This animal noise toy just might come in handy.
There's a lot of items already in this game.
It's the dark, frigid waters of Lake Varg.
Do people swim in it?
Well, sometimes they float. Usually face down.
Okay, we need to talk to Frodrick now. So, do I use this? Dr. Frodrick by selecting that option on the Frodrick that is in the inventory.
Frodrick?
No, I am not going to take a bath in the lake to clean off, and I don't smell.
Is that... Did I do that right? Let's get back to the inventory. Yeah. Oh wait, no, wait. We can talk to
Frodrick, may I ask you something?
Sure, hit me. Ow! Bad abuse!
Remember that time we were talking in my room, Frodrick?
Oh, hello. Tell me again about the time we met. Why are you helping me get back to Paris? I want to know more about Draxylvania. What do you know about Stroudy and his mother? Are you looking forward? How did we meet?
Tell me again about the time we met.
I know you like this story, so I'll tell it one more time. I was up in one of the tower lofts, going over the haul of grubs and bugs I found under a newly fallen tree, when the Belfry boys cornered me. You see, I had this, incident with Rocco's, the leader's sister, and he thought I needed a good butt-kicking. Plus, apparently I owed them for protection. But from what, I could never figure out. Anyway, they were blocking the window, and there was no other way out. Luckily, it was an old turret roof. So I said something to Rocco to provoke him, and he rushed me. I ducked out of his way, and he crashed through the back of the roof, opening my escape route.
What did you say that got him so mad?
I just asked him what he was gonna do to me, and he said, "When I'm through doing to you what I've been dying to do to you for a long time, you won't ever walk again." And I said, "What a coincidence. That is exactly what your mom said to me last night right after dinner."
No, you didn't.
Never seen a bat change colors like that before. Anyway, Rocco was pretty out of it. So I escaped through the Rocco-shaped doorway he had just made and headed down to your balcony because the doors were open. I thought I might be able to lose the Belfry boys in the castle. That's when I ran into you in the Great Hall.
You almost knocked me over.
Yeah, I didn't see you. I just about knocked myself silly. Well, then the rest, you know.
I remember this cute little bat being chased by 3 bigger and mean-looking bats. And I thought, this is certainly not fair. So I transformed, grabbed one bat, and then turned back into a human. I used him to beat up the other two. I must have made an impression because I haven't seen hide nor hair of them since.
And thanks again for that, Mona. I owe you big time.
Oh no, don't worry about it. Get me safely back to Pelly, and we'll call it even. Deal?
Deal.
She transformed into a bat, grabbed one, transferred back, and beat his friends with him.
Why are you helping me get back to Pelly?
Well, kiddo, that is a good question, and one I ask myself on occasion. I think it's because before you, I didn't really have a goal in life. I thought I'd hook up with a she-bat, settle down, and have a normal bat life. But then I met you. You were so full of determination and full of dreams. I just thought helping you achieve your goals would feel good. So now your goals are my goals. Plus, helping you escape will really cheese off that jackass Shroudy. I really hate that guy.
I want to know more about Draxylvania.
Draxylvania means Woodland of the Devil. And they ain't kidding. I think Old Scratch took a liking to this place and made it his own. This country just seems to attract the creepiest, darkest, most angst-ridden people and creatures in the world.
Sounds like Twitch.
We make some real good cheese. Draxylvania blood cheese. The best blood cheese in the world.
I think it's the only blood cheese in the world. Sounds... oh, yummy. What do you know about Shroudy and his mother?
Ever since I've been here, the old hag ruled the place. I was told she had married a succession of barons in the Lake Vog district, but they all died of something or another. I think they all caught a case of the murder myself. That murder, boy, it'll kill ya. She got this castle when she married the Baron von Kiefer. I think he died of a concussion.
She hit him?
No, the stones of the courtyard did. At terminal velocity. Knocked him out cold. He never woke up. Poor dumb bastard. After that, I heard she threw lavish feasts and parties with all sorts of odd people. Some say there were black magic worshippers, witches, dark spirits, and wizards. Man, I wish I had been invited. I hear witches can really party.
I'm sure during the feasts, some poor person got sacrificed for their black rights.
Yeah, around here, it really isn't a party till someone gets sacrificed. After that, things apparently settled down a bit. Then she just disappeared. Never saw her again. That's when Shroudy went on his long holidays. We all assumed to look for her. But as it turns out, he gave up on that. He was really looking for a replacement. You. And I'm sorry to say, I don't think you were the first one.
Are you looking forward to going back to Pelly?
Sure. But the problem with France is that they have a lot of French people there.
True. But you get used to it after a while.
No, really. I'm looking forward to it. Eating at cafes, drinking wine, real wine, enjoying works of art, telling foreign tourists to go to hell. France sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh my god. Always the more, there's more.
Well, that's enough talk for now.
Mona, snap out of it.
I'm awake. Huh? What are we doing? Am I dressed?
Okay, remove the snow on the planter. Okay.
Look at that. Beneath the snow are some flower bulbs. Even with the snow gone, I doubt they'll grow. That dirt looks like it hasn't been refreshed in years.
Right, now we've got to use...
Well, Mona, I'd say from the slight browning and the horizontal striping you see towards the top of the exterior skin, those are 100% pure belladonna buds.
Wow, Fodrick. I didn't know you knew so much about flowers.
Well, you see, Helena, my last girlfriend, dumped me after I gave her some flowers.
Oh, Fodrick. That was sweet. Why did she dump you?
They sent her into anaphylactic shock. After that, I thought it might be a good idea to know a bit more about flowers. Rocco, her brother, still wants to beat me to a pulp for that.
And now we want the vase. How does
I
this
feel
work?
like maybe we should say a few words or something. After all, these are the Baron's remains.
Dearly beloved, We are gathered here today to say goodbye to the Baron von Kiefer. And though he's already walked through the valley of the shadow of death, today we must ask not what this planter box can do for him, but what he can do for this planter box. Ashes to ashes, so on and so forth, yada yada yada. Now dump that sucker.
Touching, Frederick. Truly touching.
She just tosses
That
it.
didn't do anything. Flat.
What'd you expect? It's ash. Noble ash, but still just ash nonetheless.
Okay. According to this, move on now. Yeah, I don't know what's with the planter. That's what we do. Now we need to go to the theater down here.
It's a note pinned to the control panel.
Let me save you crow's feet and read that for you. It says, Baron Shroudy, I fixed the control panel for the theater flats. I had to, find something about, cross-wired to some power source? We'll fix it next time, I think. Signed RM. Man, this guy must be a doctor. I can barely read this note.
The levels appear to be jammed. Something is blocking their movement.
And now Froderick says they're the backdrop of the theater. They're jammed because they dropped some nuts inside?
It's a bunch of levers. But whatever it is they're supposed to do isn't working.
They're actually used to make the theater
There we go.
backdrops go up and down, and they used to work just fine.
How do you know this?
Because the current backdrop has a giant sun on it. I used to wait until Shroudy was walking by the theater, and then pull the lever and make the sun suddenly appear. It used to scare the crap out of him.
What do you mean used to?
Well, I kinda broke it. I was sitting there waiting for Shroudy to walk by, and I started to feel hungry, so I went and got some nut and fruit snacks out of my cage. While I was happily munching away, a couple of them slipped through my wings and fell down inside the control panel. Ever since then, I haven't been able to pull the levers.
Can't you reach in there and grab your nuts and dried fruits?
Unfortunately, the holes in the panel are too narrow for me to fit my wings through.
You need to learn to be less messy when you eat. I sure hope we don't need to use these for some reason. But considering how things have gone so far, I'm sure we will.
Examine this. Ah, I see.
It's the dedication plaque for this theater.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that Shroudy might have a crush on you.
It's a comedic version of the traditional comedy tragedy masks, only with a slight vampiric twist.
A vampire comedy? Give me a break.
Seriously, as if anybody would ever try to write one of those.
If they did, I would hope they'd give all the really good lines to the vampire's wacky sidekick.
That's so meta, I love it. Check the mounted bear. This one. Okay, I need to check like all of the animals.
It's the decapitated head of a bear.
How barbaric.
But the taxidermy is very sophisticated. Note the flawless preservation of his dying roar.
Okay, I gotta do them all. Supposedly.
It appears to be the decapitated head of a stuffed animal?
They killed Smuggle Bunny. You bastards!
What? Right, if I hit space, I'll speed this up.
It's a mythical horse whose horns are said to grant 3 wishes to whomever touches them.
Actually, that's a male deer, and they don't grant wishes. That's a 9th level spell. You're thinking of a unicorn whose horn is said to neutralize poison, along with many other powers that depend on who's running the game. Even if Draxylvanian unicorns could grant wishes, the material components of such a spell...
Wait, stop! I have something very important to say. Mona is bored. It's the head of a most unfortunate little piggy.
It's actually a boar, like its former owner. And really, how many pigs have not met an unfortunate end? It's not like pig milk is in high demand.
Okay, so we go through here. And we should be in the torture chamber? Off stage? Oops, my bad.
I don't want to touch that.
I want to exit the stage. Right. Wait. Nope. Go over here. Let's see. Go to the foreground right entryway. So this one. Okay. Disco, thank you for the raid. How you doing? We are now in the torture chamber. There's some headless clay man. How was World of Horror? Did you have a good time? Take the mace. Grinder? Torture chamber comfy? I'm looking for a mace. You died a lot? Wow, really? I'm guessing it's not over there. Oh, there it is. Let's go take that. Did you enjoy it though? Did you have a good time, Disco? Welcome in. Guys, if you don't know Disco, Disco is actually cracked at fighting games. When I did my Street Fighter 6 round robin event, Disco didn't lose a single game.
I bet a big, heavy hitting thing might be useful somewhere, but I'm not going to carry it around. I'll keep it in mind, though.
All right. Take the mace. Check, examine, touch the poker and hot coals, which would be crate full of dirt. We can go down here. Oh, this is the dungeon. We don't want to be here yet. We want to be up here still. The poker and hot coals? There we go.
It looks like a poker and a brazier full of hot coals. Obviously, this is another one of Shroudy's torture devices. Judging from the smell in the air, I'd say it's gotten some use lately.
Is that what that is? Oh, man. I thought maybe somebody was cooking hamburgers down here. My mouth started watering as soon as we came down the steps.
That poker is a little too hot to pick up.
Well then, what about the brazier filled with white-hot coals?
Gee, I don't know, Fudrick. Why don't you try and pick it up and let me know how it goes?
Sassy, okay. Talk to it? No, that's not gonna do anything. Okay. Try to open Shroudy's coffin, which is the one with the... which has a lock. Mona's Shroudy's coffin. Okay.
It won't budge. The coffin has some kind of combination lock on the side of it.
Which has a lock, and take Mona's bed to be used later. What? What does that mean? Try to open Shroudy's coffin, which has a lock, and take Mona's bed to be used later. Oh, this. Right. I was like thinking an actual bed, not a coffin.
I don't need to be dragging my bed.
Coffin?
I'm going to ignore that. Anyway, I don't need my bed right now, but it's good to know that it's here in case I need it later.
Okay. Good to know. Now we need to find the combination of Shroudy's coffin. Talk to the Iron Maiden. Barbara Barb.
Hello there.
Well, hello there, dearie. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Oh! You can talk!
Oh, don't be frightened, my dears. I won't harm you.
Who are you?
My name is Barbara, although my friends call me Barb. Get it, Barb?
Yeah, I think we get it. Bob, as in a sharp metal device that slowly and painfully rends flesh as it gets pushed into some poor bastard's body? That's downright hilarious. Well, maybe that guy doesn't find it so funny.
Oh, just ignore him. I mean that.
Aside from torturing people, what do you do down here?
Well, I'm actually the torture chamber stenographer. It's my job to record what's being said down here when Shroudy or the Baroness are, in a serious discussion with her, guests.
What kind of stuff have you heard? Could you tell us?
Oh, sure. I don't think that would harm anything. I like to think of myself as an open book. And speaking of books, that's what the Baroness would usually be asking about. Shroudy, on the other hand, he usually didn't ask anything at all.
Why? Was Shroudy too shy?
No, too sadistic. The one fellow over there without his head, Shroudy really went after. That's right around the time when the Baroness disappeared. Curious thing about that guest.
What?
He didn't bleed at all. Shroudy took one whack at his head and it fell on the floor and shattered like a Ming vase. Very, very odd. Even for around here.
Book? What book?
Oh, yes. The Book of Shrouds was always the topic of discussion for the Baroness. It was mostly various priests, scholars, magicians, historians, and, holy men that the Baroness would bring down here. She was definitely trying to extract knowledge from them about that book.
When was the last time you saw the Baroness?
She was torturing that headless man over there several years ago. After she got the information she wanted, she left the castle in a hurry and never returned.
Do you have this session memorized right before the Baroness left?
Yes, let me see. I believe I have it here. It's been a few years. Here I go. Man from Cabal. Ouch, ouch, ouch. It hurts so much. Ah, I can't take it. Ah.
Do you think you could skip ahead a little bit to where he was actually talking?
Yes, of course. Man from Cabal. Yes, I have the tome you're looking for. It will give you all the secrets to unlocking the book. Baroness, tell me where it is or I'm going to shove this hot poker.
Oh my! Could we please, skip ahead a little bit more?
Oh, certainly. Man from Cabal. The tome is in my camp, buried at the base of a large oak tree near the Vargo Pass crossroads. Baroness, you'd better not be lying to me or when I return you will feel pain as you have never felt it before. Huh. After that, the Baroness disappeared. A few days later, Shroudy came downstairs screaming about a trap. He took an axe and tried to chop the poor fellow's head off. But when the head rolled off, there was no blood. It wasn't a man at all. It was some kind of talking clay statue or some such.
I think it's called a clay golem.
How do you know about that?
Used to play a lot of Dungeons and Dorks. The clay golems dropped a lot of loot and were pretty aggro.
I should have known. Bob, please go on.
Apparently, somebody was laying a trap for the Baroness. And it must have worked, for she never returned.
What did Shroudy do after that?
I believe he searched frantically for months, but he didn't find a single trace of her at Vargo Pass or anywhere else in Draxylvania. Poor little monster. He lost his mommy so young. He was devoted to her, you know. He got lonely and left on holiday soon after that. He came back occasionally with a new female companion, but he seemed to grow tired of each one after a time. Then off he would go again.
Hey, Mona, That may explain why you're here.
Yes, from what I've seen, he likes you best of them so far. Maybe it's because you look so much like her.
Like whom?
Oh, his mother, the Baroness, of course.
What was this cabal you mentioned?
I don't know, but I do recall they all seemed to wear a belt that had a gold circle with a star in the middle and an eye in the middle of the star. The Baroness seemed to really, give them special attention.
Who was the guess you speak of?
The Baroness would search all over the world for priests and scholars, or even wizards and witches, and invite them to stay at the castle, all expenses paid.
Let me guess. She slipped them a Mickey, and instead of the spa, they ended up down here.
Right. Then she would ask me to take down everything I heard for future reference. When she was done, some went into the pit, and a few she took somewhere else. Maybe another dungeon somewhere. I don't know. As you can imagine, I don't get around much.
What does being an Iron Maiden pay?
Pay? Oh no, I have to do this. I'm not sure why. Torturing people does seem horrible and just downright unfriendly and all, but we all have to follow the paths our creators have laid down for us. My path in this life is to slowly squeeze the life out of people and record their thoughts on the matter. Simple, true, but still rewarding. Settle down, our mama isn't going to be happy.
How come we have never had the pleasure of talking before?
Well, the Baroness and later Shroudy always told me never to talk to strangers or any guests. But now that they're both gone, I just feel free to talk to you for some reason.
How are you able to talk?
Oh, for the longest time, I was scrap metal from a wrecked ship, the SS Woebegone out of Lake Superior. Then I was sold to Acme Toys, Tools, and Torture Devices in Port Varda. There I was forged and cast and shipped here. Then one Christmas Eve, the Baroness made a wish upon a bright star that I would come to life. And what do you know? A magical fairy came down and granted her wish, and that is how I came to life.
Are you sure that's the way it happened?
Pretty sure.
Do you happen to know the combination to Shroudy's coffin?
No, I'm sorry. I don't know the whole combination, but I am pretty sure the first number is 0, though. Unfortunately, from my position, I can really only see the first number. Wish I could help more.
All right, 0.
Oh, good idea. My, grumbling stomach thinks you should go ask Ozzy, the fountain gargoyle. He might have had a better vantage point of the combination.
Oh, I will. Thank you.
Okay.
I should warn you, he is a bit rusty in the head and is sometimes impossible to understand.
Well, I better be going. It's been very nice talking with you.
You too. Shh, hush. Bye-bye.
What a mad game. Right, we need to talk to Ozzy, who is this guy here.
Hello, Mr. Fountain. How are you doing today?
I think he said, "I'd love to chat with you, but it's hard to speak with a high-pressure jet of water emanating from my mouth."
I can imagine. I wonder if there's a way to turn it off somehow.
There aren't any valves to shut off the water that I can see. Maybe they're somewhere else.
Okay, rats. Talk to the rats.
Hello?
Hey, hello there yourself, Dollface. How you doing today?
Hi there. Do you mind if I ask you some questions?
For a tall glass of water like you, I would be glad to. Shoot, hot stuff.
I like New Yorkers.
Who are you?
My name is Frank, although my friends call me Frankie. I'm here with my associates, Sammy, Joey, and Dean. We've been living in this castle for quite some time. You might say we manage the neighborhood.
How you doing, Frankie?
Hey, look, yous guys, it's the Froadmeister. I told you about him. This crazy guy could do things with his calculator that would make your head spin. You still do that trick, eh, Frody?
Oh, no, Frankie. I've sort of stopped doing stuff like that. I'm laying off the vino now, staying clean, if you know what I mean.
Forget about it. Yo, hey, sorry to hear about the thing with Rocco. You know, he's still looking for you. He and the Belfry boys are still pretty steamed up. You better make it right, and soon. Capiche?
And what about you? Looks like you got yourself a full-on rat pack.
Don't be a wise guy. You trying to be some kind of comedian or something?
Nah, I really think of myself as more of a short, one-eyed song and dance man.
Please forgive him.
Forget about it.
Do you and your associates know the layout of the castle?
Oh, yeah. My associates and I use the old plumbing running through the castle to get from room to room. We pretty much have the run of the place, with the exception of the kitchen.
Why can't you go into the kitchen?
Well, the Baroness's cat hangs out in there. She's taken down a lot of my soldiers. Just the other day, she whacked my cousin Jimmy the Rat Carboni.
Not the most inventive nickname I've ever heard.
What are you gonna do? It's a popular name. Everybody wants it. So what am I gonna do?
How come I never met you before?
Well, your master Baron Shroudy wasn't too fond of us. So we laid low until we heard from Edgar the Raven that Shroudy got whacked. Did you order that hit?
What? Me? No! I didn't even know you could order a hit. Or I might have been tempted to order one sooner.
Well, I've heard you singing too. It's nice, but a bit overwhelming and loud. You need to learn to control it better so you don't blow away your audience.
Gee, thanks. Opera tips from a rat.
An Italian rat? If we Italians know anything, it's opera. You're good. You just need some coaching.
Oh, random.
You guys use the pipes, right? We might need some plumbing help.
Yeah, we know this castle's plumbing like the back of our claws.
Do you guys know how to turn off the fountain over there?
Well, we might be able to do that for you. For a price.
Always a price with these guys. Ever heard of altruism?
Yeah, my grandmother had that. Her shaking got so bad we eventually had to hand feed her. This was just before that pie-whacker son of a... got her. So, what about it?
Oh, never mind. What do you want this time?
Well, nothing in particular. Just trade us something of value and we'll fix your pipes. No problem. I'll get Remy the Ratfink to do it for you if we can drag him away from that stupid cookbook he found.
Fine. We'll think of something.
Yeah, you do that. Anything else?
No, that is enough.
Hey, I can never get enough of talking to you, honey pie.
It's this little degenerate rat.
Do you know the combination to Shroudy's coffin?
You know, we never did try to steal his combo. He never had anything we wanted to, borrow. But I bet Ozzy over at the water pool or Big Bad Barb over here saw something. Why not ask them?
Okay, I will. Thanks.
Hey, anything for you, Dollface. You got any more questions for Papa Frankie over here?
Bob over there mentioned something about a magic book the Baroness was interested in. Are you familiar with that?
How could we not be? It's all the Baroness ever screamed about while she was torturing the poor bastard she brought down here.
You mind telling me about it?
Well, that depends. That's where my memory enters what you call a gray area.
How gray?
Navy blue. But it might get a little more beige if you do us a solid.
What is it you want us to do so that you'll tell us about the book?
We need you to hit somebody for us, and it needs to be a real message job. Pie-Wacket, the Baroness's cat, lives near the kitchen. You take her out, and maybe we can do some business.
You want me to kill a defenseless little kitty?
Defenseless, my... She's 20 pounds of pure feline killing machine. She's too much for any of my capos to handle. We even brought in a specialist from Sicily. After Pie-Wacket was finished with him, all that was left was a single foot.
I guess this Pie-Wacket likes Italian.
You take care of this little problem for us and bring a collar as proof the deed was done. We'll tell you what you need to know to get to the Book of Shrouds. I will tell you this much. To find the Book of Shrouds, you're going to have to gain access to the Baroness's secret laboratory, which is only accessible through the library. Now that's all I'm gonna tell you until you bring me the cat's collar.
All right, fine. Kill a defenseless little kitten and bring back the collar as proof.
Yeah, that's it. You have any more questions for me, sweet cheeks?
revoir. Okay, right. The main rat wants something in exchange for telling Mona about the pipes. Give the fruits and nuts to the rat.
Hey, fellas, look who's back. That tall drink of water and the Froadmeister. Now, what can we do for yous?
We have these mixed nuts and dried fruit snacks for you. You think you might want these in exchange for helping us out?
Fruits and nuts, huh? Well, all right. Toss 'em here.
Here you are. Soon as you are done eating, will you please stop the water from coming out over there?
Hey, these are delicious. Hey, Dino. Go kill the water on the fountain. Dean, baby, you okay? Uh-oh. I think he's stuck.
Look, Mona, the water in the fountain stopped.
Oh, well. I guess you two won't ever get the chance to hear him sing Bats Amore. Pity. He was pretty good. Anyway, glad we could be of service, and thanks for the nuts and fruits. Ciao.
All right, now we talk to you.
Bonsoir. Who are you?
My name is Ozzy. I'm a fountain. Yeah, fountain, and I think I'm a... Well, wait, what was the question?
Seems like maybe this guy's been drinking something else besides water.
This game was a Game of the Year 2008, was it, Skeleton?
What do you do down here?
Well, I sit around and watch things, you know, you know, there are people that come in and out of here, and sometimes I see things, and I like to write songs, but what's my name again?
You said you see things around here? What kind of things?
Usually, it's blokes getting tortured, but aside from that, there's usually a couple of people who come down here just before sunrise, and then they climb into them funny-looking beds. But one is a short, pasty-faced dude with a bad temperament. But the other one, she's a tall, good-looking broad. You know, she looks a lot like you, actually.
That's because it is me. My name is Mona. That short, pasty-faced dude you mentioned is keeping me locked in this castle against my will.
That's not right. Is there anything I can do to help?
You said you see Shroudy. When he goes to bed, does he do anything unusual?
Well, it seems like he's always fumbling about with that weird clock on the side of his bed.
Weird clock?
Well, yeah. I see him dialing in a couple of numbers. I assumed it might be a reminder he set for himself to take his meds on account of him being nuts and all, right? But I have some experience with medication myself. Or should I say, medicating myself.
Ozzy, would you mind telling us the numbers he uses?
Oh, yeah, right, sure. Yeah, well, I think there are 3 numbers, but I only know 2 of them. And the numbers are 3 and 7, and I know that 7 is the final number.
It sounds like Ozzy Osbourne, doesn't it, Brad?
Thank you, Ozzy. You've been very helpful. That is all I need to know.
Okay, right. Shroudy's coffin. Open Shroudy's coffin by taking the combination of the inventory and using it in the coffin. Alright. Oops. What did I do? Oh, I went down here by accident.
You did it, Mona! The coffin is opening!
Okay, right. Examine and move Shroudy's pillow.
It's Shroudy's pillow. Too bad Shroudy isn't lying now. If he were, I would use this pillow to smother the life out of him.
Remember, Mona, he's already dead.
Well then, I'd use it to smack him over the head.
In that case, you'd better hope Shroudy doesn't have a backup pillow. Otherwise, you'd be risking a full-blown vampire pillow fight.
Oops.
Knowing what a little pervert Shroudy is, I'm not sure I want to know what's under his pillow.
Darn, it's only the newspaper. You kinda got my hopes up there for a minute.
I'm gonna grab this. It might come in handy.
I want to examine that as well.
It's a copy of the Draxylvanian Tribune.
Oh, that's it? Okay. Pictures of Mona?
Looks like Loverboy had a few pictures made of you. How does that make you feel?
Sorry, I couldn't speak for a moment. I had to swallow a mouthful of bile back down.
Alright, now we go down the stairs. To the dungeon! Apparently we need to check everything? Check everything. The spike on the wall. Okay, we'll start with one at a time. Which is the spike on the wall? Smiley face, graffiti, chains. Oh, is there something over here perhaps? What's this? Oh, is it this? Big metal spike of pain.
It's a large metal spike, probably used to hold prisoners' coats. Right, Frederick?
Yeah. I mean, no. Actually, it's an art installation by some guy named Vlad Tepes. He used to put a bunch of stuff on it, but I forget what.
Now we examine the gate to hell. Which is that?
It's the handle to the grate that covers the pit.
Okay, so it's not a window to hell. Here we go.
That's strange. I never realized the castle had a sub-basement. It looks a little hot in there.
Who's that mean-looking dude with the pitchfork? And who is that standing next to him?
You mean the guy with the stupid look on his face and the name tags that says, "My name is George"? I have no idea.
That's probably one of the devs. Blood on the walls, it said. That's the next thing to examine. Hinge. Graffiti. Red stains, smiley, and graffiti. Okay.
It's a rather ghoulish-looking smiley face.
You've gotta love the power of positive thinking. Here he was, trapped in a dungeon, obviously bleeding, and yet he chose to make a smiley face instead of a frown. It's really quite uplifting if you think about it.
Re-drum. What does re-drum mean?
It's Moo-Rurder spelled backwards, I think. I knew a Moo-Rurder once. He owes me money.
You're really not making any sense.
What's this one?
I wonder who this Jenny girl is.
Given the fact that it's 1897, I'm more surprised that you're not wondering how you call somebody.
Okay. I'm just gonna save. Because we've gotten a lot done, so I'm just gonna save my game. Right. Take the unlit torch.
This might come in handy, but I'm not carrying it around. I'll keep it in mind.
And then we pull on the handle.
Ugh. It's stuck. The hinges appear to be rusted shut. I won't be able to open this up until the hinges are working.
Okay, so now we take the body oil. Perfume body oil. Use that on the hinges.
That loosened one of them up, but I had to use all the lotion in the bottle. Now it's empty.
We gotta go back upstairs to the crushing device chair and crush Froderick's nuts and fruits. Do we still have nuts and fruits? Oh, we do. That's good. Crushing device, right.
Let's crush Froderick's fruits and nuts.
Hold on. What are you doing? Mona, please wait.
Relax, Froderick. They are just the fruits and nuts from your cage.
Oof. On a somewhat related note, I'll let you know when my heart restarts.
Do we take now?
Squeaking, but it still works.
That thing is so wrong. I can't even talk about it. This place is horrible. Oh, the humanity.
Are there nuts we need to take now? Crushing device? Why did we just crush his nuts? For the joke? Is that it? It looks it. It says, you crush Frederick's nuts and fruits. Use the empty bottle on the dripping oil. Ah, gotcha. Empty bottle. Perfume refill bottle. Perfume. Wait, is it this one?
I don't want to smell like a French, house of women of no moral fiber.
I think it might be this one.
I can't empty that while we are inside the castle. The smell would be too much.
Use the empty bottle on dripping oil to collect natural body lotion made from Froderick's nuts and fruits. Okay, well, must be missing something else then. Empty bottle, there is.
This bottle is empty. I can fill it up with this dripping oil.
Okay, we go back downstairs. Use this on there.
That did it. Both hinges are now loose. That did it. The pit is now open.
Man, that smells horrible.
Ugh.
Okay, right. We take the unlit torch. We light it with this one. I might... Oh, there we go.
Yes, if I need to light the torch, that would do it.
All we need now is a few hundred close friends with pitchforks and sticks, and we'll be ready to storm the castle of the local mad scientist.
Ugh. That is such an unimaginative cliché.
Okay, we take this on the pit.
Oh my! Frederick! It looks like a pile of rotting bodies. How revolting.
It looks like there are a couple of fresh ones down there. They still got some meat on them.
Why on God's good green earth did the Baroness burn bodies down here?
Now we know why it stinks so bad. I had heard rumors about the fate of the Baroness's numerous guests after they came here, but man, she was one messed up witch.
Okay, right. Not that. Puke into the pit.
It's a good thing I haven't eaten anything this morning. Otherwise, I might be making a contribution to whatever's down in that pit.
You mean you're on the verge of blowing chunks, yodeling in the gully, talking to Ralph on the big white telephone, executing a Technicolor yawn, launching lunch, delivering street pizza, or involuntarily creating a personal protein spill?
Frederick, you're more than a little twisted, but highly creative.
Okay, that was a thing. Right, exit the dungeon and the torture room and go back outside to the bridge. Okay, right. We want to look down into the water and see Inky, the lake monster, swimming in Lake Wog. Talk to him. Examine?
It's the lake monster of Lake Vog, a hideous creature that slinks through the water, devouring whatever creatures he can find. A monstrous creature.
Well, in his defense, he is technically a monster.
Why are you defending him?
Let's just say, I know what it's like to be a misunderstood miscreant mired in melancholy.
Nice
Same.
alliteration.
Thank you. Nice assonance.
Can we talk now?
Hello, Mr. Lake Monster. I think you are so glossy and shiny and powerful looking. I bet you're just misunderstood and not monstrous at all.
What are you trying to do? Make a new friend or something?
Did it ever occur to you that once we find a way out of this castle, we're probably going to end up encountering that creature? What if it ends up that he's hungry and he decides he wants to eat one of us? At that point, is he more likely to choose the friendly, young woman or the annoying little bat who's always being mean to him?
Hey, Lake Monster, you rock! Buddy old pal of mine, you rule!
Okay, see the lake shore at the bottom left of the screen.
It's the shoreline of Lake Vog. I have to find a way to escape this damnable castle so that I can get over there and back to Paris.
Why don't you fly over there again? I know it's kind of far, but I think we could make it.
For some reason, I can't fly over moving water. It must be part of the magic curse Shroudy placed on me.
Curse, huh? Does the name of this so-called curse rhyme with Vampyre?
Alright, now we get to do something fun. Take the mace and use it on the gargoyle.
I bet I could provoke the gargoyle that has the key by smashing them all with that mace.
Hey, that's not half bad. And it will be extremely fun. Let's do it.
Damn, girl. Well, there goes my mace. Oh, here it comes. Comes back.
Yeesh. Looks like our favorite lake monster has a serious case of acid reflux disease.
Whatever that is, it sounds painful.
Inky needs to stop eating so much Italian.
Oh, like lasagna or pizza?
No, Italians. Like the boat full of Venetian tourists that he sank yesterday.
Alright, talk to Rufus.
Please, I feel as though we started off on the wrong foot. Or in your case, perhaps the wrong claw. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Mona de Lafitte.
Charmed, I'm sure. I don't usually associate with common folk such as yourself. As you appear to be a lady, I would consider kissing your hand, but based on the smell of you, I must conclude that you are clearly a member of the unwashed masses.
You certainly are an unpleasant creature.
You would be unpleasant too if you endured what I have.
Like what? Tell me your story.
Oh, very well. Many years ago, the Baroness von Kiefer created me in her workshop. Apparently, the Baron's death left the castle a bit on the lonely side. After my creation, I was allowed to reside in the library. The Baroness and I would spend hours talking, and in my free time I was given full access to the Von Kiefer library. During the day, I would spend hours upon hours educating myself and feasting upon literary delicacies such as Shakespeare, Chaucer, and Milton. A most enjoyable experience, I assure you.
Why are you so angry?
Do you really want to hear my story?
If you tell me yours, I'll tell you mine.
Oh, very well. Many years ago, the Baroness von Kiefer created me in her workshop. Apparently, the Baron's death left the castle a bit on the lonely side. After my creation, I was allowed to reside in the library. The Baroness and I would spend hours talking, and in my free time I was given full access to the Von Kiefer library. During the day, I would spend hours upon hours educating myself and feasting upon literary...
Okay, we already heard that.
I'm curious. How did you end up on this bridge?
The Baroness decided she wanted to have a child.
A child? Who was the father? You?
No. I assure you, no child of mine would turn out like Shroudy. And if it did, I would have thrown him into the lake.
That would seriously impact your chances of getting one of those world's greatest dad coffee mugs.
No, truth be told, I don't know who Shroudy's father is. All I know is that the Baroness disappeared into her workshop. There were some strange sounds, then the crying of a child. I can't imagine what went on down there. Your guess is as good as mine on the origin of that hellion.
Stop right there, I don't want to know.
Stop right there. I don't want to know.
Oh, don't be absurd.
Good. I didn't want that image in my head. The Baroness of this castle?
Yes. Before Shroudy ruled here, the Baroness Lilith von Kiefer was in charge.
So then you and she...
Oh, don't be absurd.
You don't seem to like Shroudy.
You don't seem to like Shroudy.
Oh, God, no. Not at all. After he was born, my days of living quietly in the library were over. He thought I was his play toy and pestered me constantly. Finally, one day after he attempted to dress me up in one of the Baroness's nightgowns, I yelled at him and told him to never touch me again. He ran off crying to the Baroness, and that's all it took. I've been on this bridge ever since.
If you hated Shroudy so much, why didn't you leave after the Baroness disappeared?
You of all people should know. Like you, I'm magically bound to this castle. I can't just simply fly away. As punishment for yelling at her son, I'm doomed to be stuck out in the cold, forever holding this key in my mouth.
If you hate Shroudy so much, why not just give us the key?
Let me take your suggestion under advisement. I think not.
You are such a jerk!
Well then, I guess that's why I'm not going to give you the key, because I'm just a jerk. Now run along, you two, back to your tower. Get comfortable, because without this key, there's no way you're getting through that door. Oh, did I mention the door and the key were enchanted? So, as you can see, there's no way you're getting through that door, and no way I'm giving you this key.
Name your price for the key. Any price.
I might have something. Get rid of the Raven Edgar for me, and then we can talk about giving you the key.
No way! Edgar's cool. Why don't you like him?
He is a bird. He sits above me. I am a statue. You figure it out. Let's just say he has bad aim.
Or good aim, from my point of view.
It's disgusting. Just like you. Get rid of him and I may think about giving you the key. Till then, leave me alone so I may think my thoughts.
Oh, so that's what you snooty types call picking your nose and scratching your backside. I always wondered.
Enough! Rufus, where is this Edgar Raven you speak of?
Haven't you been listening? He sits above me in a raven roost at the top of the tower. Now please return to the great unwashed masses from whence you came.
Do you actually like sitting on this bridge and being Shroudy's servant?
No, because he's always taking me for granite. Oh, my, yes. Oh my, yes.
That joke is old enough to collect a pension.
What is your name? Kid Kooky, master of all comedy? I'll have you know that I have read 32 books on comedy, and have been told I can be fresh, funny, and cutting edge.
I see. So you just choose not to be.
Exactly. And to answer your query, seriously this time?
Yes, stay serious, please.
It's not a matter of liking what I do. It is a matter of duty. We enchanted gargoyles take pride in doing our duties and doing them well.
Unlike your joke-telling.
You are extremely lucky I am bound to this bridge, or you would be severely punished.
Your jokes are punishment enough.
May I please have the key to the rest of the castle?
Not going to happen, I'm afraid. I take my job very seriously, unlike you.
I don't have a job. What job are you talking about?
Looking pretty, smelling nice, not speaking till spoken to. I wouldn't expect a raise if I were you.
Hey! Anyone ever teach you it isn't polite to speak ill of the dead, you rotten son of...
Ixnay on the Ottenlay. We still need to get the key, remember? Is there anything we could do to help persuade you to give us the door key? I think it is nigh time we go.
Funny, I had that exact thought.
Okay, right. Use the look up to see the turret bottom and home of Edgar the Raven. Turret bottom? Ah, okay. Fly up here.
Let's go see what's up.
Edgar's up. And he's sober.
Sober? Are you sure? Not from where I'm standing. Excuse me, Mr. Raven. Might I have a quick word with you?
Yeah, sure.
My name is Mona. What's yours?
The name's Edgar. Hey, I've seen you before. You're that gal the short guy keeps locked up in the tower, aren't you?
Yes. My full name is Mona de Lafitte. Pleased to make your acquaintance. And yes, I am sad to say that for the past year, Shroudy has kept me locked up in this castle. But now I finally have a chance at freedom. Earlier tonight, Shroudy was killed. We heard his screams from across the lake.
Dead, huh? Well, it couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. So now the castle is yours. Don't worry about me staying here. I'm building a permanent nest in Gosford Falls near where my girl lives. But until I make a good nest and collect my fortune, she won't marry me. So this is my bachelor pad till then.
I can't get through the door that's right below you. Rufus, one of the gargoyles, has the key, but he won't give it to us.
Well, I'd like to help you, but I don't know too much about those gargoyles. All I know is that every time I do my business, I hear one of them yelling up at me from below.
Oh!
Well, I'm a bird. I do bird stuff. But they haven't had much to complain about lately. I'm a bit backed up, if you know what I mean.
Maybe.
Yeah, the carrion pickings are always pretty slim in the winter. But come spring, it'll be a veritable feast of dried out carrion. That'll get the old pipes flowing.
Good to know, I guess. How do you like living in Castle Varg?
It's all right. I can do what I want, hang out with my buds, party, drink. No one bothers me. But I feel out of touch sometimes way out here. When I was in the city, I was in the know. Could follow my favorite sports team, hear the latest gossip. Sometimes it's just too isolated around here. You know what I mean?
I do. You just need to feel more connected to the world, more informed. I do too. As soon as I'm back in Paris, things will be back to normal.
Great. Well, good luck with that.
Do you know of another way into this part of the castle?
Nah. This place is sealed up tighter than... Well, it's sealed up tight. Just before you got here, that short fellow went around installing bars and locks and boarded up almost every window and door to this part of the castle. I guess Shroudy didn't want someone, but probably you, to get in for some reason.
Okay.
That is all I need to know.
So now we take the newspaper.
Here you go. It's the latest edition of the Transylvania Times-Picayune. Ignore the bloodstains. I think it's yesterday's edition.
Hey, thanks. Now I can find out how the All Blacks are doing. I really appreciate it.
As a reward, can we borrow your clothespin for a while?
Yeah, no problem. I won't need it since I want to catch up with this paper for a while.
Oh, we got a clothespin. Right. See an angelic statue on the tower's wall and wash tub in front of Edgar's roost. Oh, examine them. Hi, Diogo.
It's an old angelic-looking statue standing right on the edge of the tower. It's Edgar's wash tub. Ugh. Well, that didn't work. I'm stronger than I was, but I still can't push this over.
Okay, we take the sword.
Wait, Mona! Rufus isn't under the statue. If you drop it on him, it'll miss and hit the stone wall next to him.
Okay.
You're right, Frederick. We better find a way to get the key from him.
Go back to the pit, it says. Oops. Right. We need to use Frederick with the clothespin on the pit.
Frederick, I have this clothespin you can use for your nose.
Gee, thanks, Mona. I didn't get you anything. I'll put it on when you need me to.
Then...
It's pretty nasty down here, Mona. This place has more paper boys than a newspaper delivery convention, and more wizard types than a Scottish school for witchcraft and wizardry. This one was a kid with glasses. One of the bodies has legs that were pretty muscular. There's definitely some high-fiber flesh residue left on the thigh bones. I could pull off a chunk if we need it.
Okay.
Hey, Mona, will you do me a favor?
But of course, Frederick. What do you want?
Don't ask me for any more favors.
Okay. So now we go back. Go to Edgar at his roost. And use the corpse jerky on Edgar. Okay. Ah, I know what's gonna happen. Oh. Okay. Chat, you're not gonna like this. Or maybe you will, I don't know.
Frederick, use the clothespin on your nose again. Go down and get some dried carrion meat for Edgar. That might get his, his...
Yeah, I know, pipe's moving. Good idea. The results of that might motivate Rufus to move his stone butt. I'm on it.
Oh, a little clap. Oh no.
You'll have to excuse me. I've got some business to attend to. Like I said, a bird's gotta do what a bird has gotta do.
What the... Hey, watch it, you smelly miscreant. If I didn't have to guard this door, I'd come up there and give you the thrashing of a lifetime.
Blow it out your pie hole, Rufus, or I'll take better aim next time.
Okay, now we can push the statue.
Let's see you take this under advisement, jerkweed.
Oh my god. There's no recovering from that. The poor dude is literally just ahead now, like...
You don't have any shoulders.
I find your humor as tasteless as that ridiculously gaudy black gown you're wearing.
Speaking of taste, how's about we position you directly under that raven's roost over there? I understand that Edgar is fixing roadkill tacos this evening. Tomorrow morning should be quite disgusting.
You wouldn't dare. How could you be so cruel?
Well, I guess I'm just a jerk. Frederick, help me move Mr. Soon-to-be water closet over to the ledge.
Okay. Take your damned key.
Here we got the key at last. So we can go straight over here and use the key.
Okay, let's see if this key will finally do the trick. Hooray! A boat is still here, Frederick! Finally, we have a way to escape this damnable castle.
Not so fast, Toots. Looks like we got ourselves a small problem. Unless you happen to have a couple of oars hidden in that dress of yours, we're not going anywhere. It's kind of hard to paddle a boat without the actual paddles.
Feasting Shen! Can't anything be easy around here?
Without those oars, it's going to be impossible to make it across the lake. The current is way too strong. And then there's Inky. Let me think. Mona? Remember when I said we had a small problem?
Yes, Frederick?
Well, I think it just got bigger.
What the hell is that?
You mean, who the hell am I? And hell is right, for it is I, Shroudy. I am back.
I didn't think it was possible to
Return from the dead as an all-powerful shadow spirit?
to get even uglier than you were. That is amazing.
Mock me all you want, little rodent, because in my moment of triumph I care not what you think. You, on the other hand, my dear, I care deeply about. My brilliant dark jewel. Not even my death can keep us apart.
How did you manage this? You aren't that clever.
You can thank the magical arcane tome my mother used to create me. She told me I was the living manifestation of black magic itself. And so, although my vampire body has perished, my dark spirit shall live on forever.
Aha! I knew you couldn't have done this on your own.
Regardless, you and I shall never be separated again. I will be with you for all of eternity, my sweet.
It hurts!
Yes, my dear. Although I am no longer susceptible to the vulnerabilities all vampires suffer, you, on the other hand, are. So, as long as I maintain the sign of the cross near this boat, you will never be able to escape this island.
Hey, Mona. Unfortunately, stupid Doc and Cloudy over there might be right. I'm not strong enough to pull those oars out of his hands, and you can't get close enough. We're gonna have to find somebody, or something else to do it for us.
Well, alright then. And we will do that next time.